Hey folks, I'm Jeff Amico from Gensyn, and today I'm going to walk you through training your own personal model using RL Swarm on the Gensyn test network. So before we get started, if you're not familiar, RL Swarm is our system for peer-to-peer reinforcement learning training of machine learning models. It allows anyone in the world to connect their machine and start training their own personal model using the intelligence of all of the other models that are connected to the system. So if you're curious about how the underlying mechanics of it work, you can navigate to our research page and read more about the underlying framework for RL Swarm. You can also find some deeper research if you're curious about how it all works as well. But if you're just wanting to set up your node today and begin training your model, let's go back to the Gensyn homepage. From here, we're going to go to testnet, and then we are going to hit join testnet. Okay, so this will bring us to the GitHub repo. I'm going to assume that folks listening to this are not technical. If you're not, that's totally fine. But in that case, I would recommend using a tool like Cursor, for example, which you can easily download, and that'll help you navigate some of the more technical parts to follow. So if you don't have Cursor, go ahead, download it on your machine and come back once you have it ready. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Cursor to get started here. And to begin, I'm going to copy the GitHub link. The great thing about Cursor, if you haven't used it, it allows you to chat very conversationally with an underlying model in the same interface that you also execute commands in the terminal. So I'm going to say, I'd like to run this repo. Okay, so it's going to have me clone the repo, hit run command. I've already done this on my machine. So as you can see, it's already here. If you haven't done it, it'll have you start from scratch. But just follow along the commands as it has you get set up here. Okay, it's still navigating. Okay, it's checking on the Python version. I've already installed the necessary versions here. If you haven't, it'll just guide you through installing the right versions that you need. So continue. Okay, here's the script to run RL Swarm. It's now asking me, would you like to join the Gensyn testnet? I'm going to say yes. Okay. It's now popping up a window in my browser, which will ask me to log in. So I'm going to click log in to the Gensyn testnet. Okay, you can enter your email here. If you do, it will send you a verification code to that email to punch in. I'm going to fast forward logged into the Gensyn testnet. I'm going to go back to Cursor. So as you can see, it's successfully now paired my local machine here, my MacBook, with an Ethereum address. And that allows us to track all of the progress that I'm making in a persistent way. So it will track the rewards that I'm generating within the RL training algorithm. It'll track participation and so forth. It's now asking me, as you can see here, if I'd like to push the models I've trained to Hugging Face. This is totally optional, but I think it's a cool thing to do, so I'm going to hit yes. It's now asking for a Hugging Face token, so I'm going to navigate over to my Hugging Face account quickly. From here, you can find your profile in the top right. You go down to access tokens. I'm going to now create a new token. You want to hit right, give it a test 1, 2, 3, 4, some name like that. It's now going to generate my token. Again, I'll fast forward. So you have generated your token. You want to copy it from Hugging Face and then paste it in here. And there we go. Good luck in the swarm. We are now connected to the gensyn testnet, as you can see here. Okay. It's now generating me an identity. As you can see here, you kind of navigate to where the emojis are. It'll generate you a random animal name. I am wild scruffy buffalo, which is pretty awesome. So that'll be my nickname, so to speak, to find myself on the gensyn dashboard. So that name will be persistent. I'll have that forever. As you can see here in the logs, it's picking up at round 38 and starting at stage 1. Again, the way the system works briefly is the models train in 3 stages. So every round has 3 stages. In the first stage, models just submit their answer to a given dataset prompt. In the second stage, they critique the answers of the other models and receive feedback on their answer. And then in the third stage, they all vote on which answer to a given prompt they think is best, and then incorporate all of that information into their training. So right now, as you can see, we're picking up at stage 1 of round 38. And just to give you a sense of what that all looks like, let's go back to the gensyn testnet. Let's go to dashboard. And here we go. So you can see on the main dashboard, round 38, stage 1. You can see our leaderboard here, which is tracking the participation of every node as well as the training rewards that they are generating. And eventually, once my node is fully connected, I'll be able to search for it here. So let's go back to the terminal. Let's again find my name, Wild Scruffy Buffalo. I'm going to copy that. And now I'm going to bring it back over to the dashboard. Now, just a warning, this will not yet show up my name. And the reason for that is you are not properly registered into the leaderboard until you complete 1 full round of training. So that will take some time, but I'll just show you what this will look like. Wild Scruffy Buffalo, search. And again, could not find the peer. That's because I haven't completed a round yet. But once you complete your first round, you will appear on this leaderboard and you can search exactly what your rank is. Okay, so let's go back to the terminal. Okay, great. So as you can see down here, it's properly connected. It's downloaded the model. It's now starting to train. It's currently at 0%, so meaning it's 0% of the way through the data set. That's totally fine. Again, I'm running this on a very, very low-powered Mac at home. If you're running this on something more powerful, let's say you're using a NVIDIA RTX card, or you're running this on a cloud machine, you're going to go through this much quicker. That's perfectly fine. You'll see the progress happening quicker, but in any event, this works on everything from low-end devices up through what you get in a data center. So this will take some time to continue. I'm just going to leave this running in the background. And then finally, just to bring this full circle, because we entered in our Hugging Face token, we will now get the model uploaded to Hugging Face after we finish training. So navigating back over to Hugging Face, if we type in gensyn, this will take us to the gensyn page with this base model that folks are starting with. You can then go down to this button down here under Fine Tunes, and this will show you all of the models that have been trained by folks in RL Swarm so far. So you can see these are getting uploaded every 5 minutes or so. Once your model is finished training, it will also get uploaded to this hub, which is pretty awesome. So just to click into one, let's say this was your model. You now have access to run this model locally or wherever you want to use it, which is pretty cool. Or you can go back to the hub and you can experiment with some of the other models that folks are training as well. Cool. So just coming back again, just leave this running in the background. It will continue to work. And that's really it. You can ask any questions that you have for the team in Discord. Our team is fully on standby to help folks get set up. So look forward to answering any questions.